Support for the No Good Podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. MANSCAPED offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. MANSCAPED just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. It is the 4.0, ladies and gentlemen. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code NOGOOD at Manscaped. So imagine you are shaving with a sleek, well-designed, and optimized trimmer at the shaving time, your favorite time in the bathroom. Before Manscaped, I used to hate it. I used to dread the moment when I had to make sure my family jewels were all pretty and clean. Now I look forward to it. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NOGOOD at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code NOGOOD. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Of the early 2010s was at the hands of Ryan Lewis and Macklemore. I mean, if you really think about it, around that time you had the Harlem Shake in 2012, right? You had Gangnam Style, right? And then it took them quite some time in that era, on the 2011, 2012, to get thrift shopping. Have you heard that song before us?
I think I have. Yes. Have you heard what was the song they followed it up with? Like the scooter song, or it was like something about your moped or some shit.
Yeah, I can't remember, but you know the time, like early 2010s, when they had like the Long Island iced teas and stuff like that, and a lot of the raps that were more like funny and stuff like that. Like that was the era that they were on, man. So it's been quite some time, but let's go back to 2011, man. Do you remember that song Wings, when it was all around like the NBA talking about the shoes and the dreams and stuff like that?
Yep.
These guys were on the pinnacle of music at that time. You couldn't tell them literally anything.
Not even remotely.
And then came 2014. The year they won the Grammy for the best rap album. For the heist, no pun intended.
Yeah, but well, they did that over someone specifically that a lot of people were not happy about. If it was any other year, I think people wouldn't be as up in arms about it. But I think the fact that one of the greatest hip hop albums to ever grace our ears lost to the heist, it further proved the point a lot of rappers were trying to make.
Yeah.
That the Grammys are a sham. The Grammys are fraudulent. The Grammys aren't what rappers seek in terms of validation, because if Good Kid, Mad City loses to Macklemore, the heist, none of this shit matters.
And Ryan Lewis, don't forget about my guy.
Ryan Lewis, my guy, but my bad. But
the smoke too.
None of that shit matters. And you know what? I'll go a step further. You remember on, I'm pretty sure it was on To Pimp a Butterfly, Hood Politics, Kendrick Lamar said, if motherfuckers cared about rap, then Killer Mike would be platinum.
You're platinum.
Y'all priorities is fucked up. Put energy in wrong shit. And then before that, I want to do a little bit of a rewind. Before that, on Oxymoron, Schoolboy Q's album, on Collard Greens, if you go to the music video, Collard Greens dropped, I believe, 2014, 2015. It was about the same time that Macklemore had won the Grammy over Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
They were friends, or they were acquaintances or whatnot, enough for Schoolboy Q to invite Macklemore to his Collard Greens music video.
For sure.
I say all that to say this, right? What happened in 2013 or 2014, whichever Grammy it was that they ended up winning, was one of the biggest upsets in hip hop history. One of the biggest upsets. Undoubtedly one of the craziest moments in hip hop history.
Look at the albums, man. Outside of Good Kid, Mad City, you had Jay-Z's Magna Carta, which we just heard Travis Scott talk about it this week. Let's just insert what Travis Scott had to say. Actually, no, we can't insert what Travis Scott has to say. I totally forgot it's his YouTube version. But it beats out stuff like the Magna Carta, which we just heard Travis Scott talk about how he heard Hope freestyle all of the Magna Carta and he didn't write anything down and see how great that was. And then it also beat out Yeezus that literally sonically transformed the sound of hip hop for years to come. It didn't look good, man. Like I know Ryan Lewis is a really great photographer and stuff like that and producer, but like it wasn't for me. And even what Macklemore had to say was kind of a bit testament. He said, it wasn't just the Grammys that we won. I'm looking at the shot. We should be in the best rap album category. And I'm like, what the fuck? Do I not rap? Is this not a rap album? I'm struggling with like, damn, I'm benefiting from the system I've been calling out since I was fucking 20 years old. Here I am at the highest level of artistic merit, the Grammys. And here I am benefiting from the same shit I've been talking about. So I was conflicted. People want to say it was guilt. It was he felt guilty about being white. That's so surface level. Was there an error for that reason? Absolutely. That reason shouldn't be the forefront conclusion. And that's what you had to say about the whole situation, man.
I think that's fair. And, you know, Macklemore obviously in 2017 dropped his his latest or his last solo album, Gemini.
Ooh,
And
Gemini.
It was a solo album because him and Ryan Lewis split.
Yes.
And, I'll kind of read this quote about what happened. He said, it was a decision that we both came to. I think with the last album and how intense it was at times, particularly making White Privilege 2, that was intense. As it should have been, song to write. I think it really was heavy to make a 9-minute song about race. And again, it should be heavy. You can't even scrape the surface of it. So my thing with that is I think after what happened at the Grammys, they felt so much pressure to backpedal on the hatred that they were getting.
Yeah.
That it led to them making that song. And I don't think it was necessarily received as greatly as people.
Very mixed reviews.
Yeah,
mixed reviews.
And for the most part, it seems like Macklemore is kind of just stopped. He's just stopped. And realistically, man, like he's made his money. He probably has generational wealth. He can provide wealth for his family just based off the couple of songs that have hit, and they probably will continue to be played on radio stations.
They're independent artists. You know what I mean? They're not signed to the label. The only thing that they signed to was distributing deal with Warner Music just to get the songs on the radio. But like you're right, man, generational wealth. So you can't really like blame and stuff like that. And Gemini sold very well, man. Like all the singles on it went platinum. And the album sold over 500K units, going gold in just the US alone. You know, and for Ryan's sake, you know, he's been producing, more behind the scenes. He did a record with Kesha a couple of years back and stuff like that. But I guess I'll just say that, man. Macklemore has been rapping since the 2000s. And his break didn't come till over a decade later, man. So keep your head held up high if that's you in the situation in any regards of life, whether it be music, work, or something that you're passionate about, man. But he was still able to build a loyal fan base, year by year, fan by fan. So credit to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis for that. They may never reach the heights of the heights again, but hey, they're rich.
They're rich, man.
They're rich.
And they're also rich, but like we've had this conversation so many times before where it's like, bro, the end goal is not to be a rapper forever, right?
Yeah.
The end goal is to venture off, do other things, whether it be fashion, acting, business, whatever you want to do. The end goal is not to stay a rapper forever. You got to, quote unquote, diversify your funds. Change your revenue streams. All these
diversify
keywords.
Your portfolio.
Yeah, all these keywords that these stupid Clubhouse people like to use on you, right? All those things. Rappers got to do them though. For real. I'm being serious. Yeah. Rappers really got to do that. And like the fact that Macklemore can now look back and say, okay, I have a Grammy. Mm-hmm. I'm critically acclaimed. I've dropped out.
Independent artists.
Ryan Lewis also can do the same thing. I'm an independent artist. I've made money off of this. I don't owe anybody anything. No. I don't need to drop music ever again. Mm-hmm. And I think that is what happened to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis at the end of the day. They realized that they can do whatever they want now. Listen, if me and you were to make a rap album and it popped off and it went number one, all that stuff, whatever, right? I don't think my end goal would be to be a rapper forever. I think I would continue to make music. I think I would make my money off music. But I think the number one thing I would try to do is my main passion, which is I would love to get back into acting. And if I can do that, like a Will Smith did, like a, Mos Def did, like a ASAP Rocky, or sorry, not ASAP Rocky, but Joey. I messed it up.
You're going down the totem pole right now.
Yes. I absolutely dropping off. My bad. Let me climb back up. Ice-T.
There we go. There we go. Tupac. Spent all there.
Tupac.
A whole bunch of people.
Tupac. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I put Lil Dicky before I put ASAP Rocky on that list, man.
And Lil Dicky can act. And you know what? Actually, I'm glad you brought up Lil Dicky because I think in a lot of ways, Lil Dicky started out in the industry similar to how Macklemore did. Mm-hmm. He had a bit of a shtick to him.
His funny rap type thing. Yeah.
His funny rap type thing. His music was a little bit different. People were like, okay, this
he even tried to make a similar song like Thrift Shop. Remember that song he had? Save That Money. Like a very similar song, right? Like you're right.
Yeah, I remember that. So it's interesting to me that Lil Dicky has been able to survive and thrive while Macklemore hasn't.
I guess so. Just two different situations though. Lil Dicky will probably not reach the level of success that like Macklemore and Ryan Lewis were able to bottle up for that 3 to 4 half decade run. Like that was something you'll never really see again. Like in terms of album sales as well too. Like I don't think Lil Dicky's selling 500K going gold compared to Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, man. But kudos to both of them. Listen, they don't have to do music for the rest of their lives. They don't owe us anything. But they did put out some sort of blueprint on how you could do it as being independent and all of that, man. They've been friends since 2006, man. And doing this stuff for a very long time can, it can have a toll on your life, man. And if you have all that money, go spend it with family, friends, do something you want to do, start a passion project, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Support for the No Good Podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. MANSCAPED offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. MANSCAPED just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. It is the 4.0, ladies and gentlemen. Join over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code NOGOOD at Manscaped. So imagine you are shaving with a sleek, well-designed, and optimized trimmer at the shaving time, your favorite time in the bathroom. Before Manscaped, I used to hate it. I used to dread the moment when I had to make sure my family jewels were all pretty and clean. Now I look forward to it. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code NOGOOD at manscaped.com. That is 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code NOGOOD. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.